Hi, guys. So today should be our fourth day reading the book, The Sun, Earth, and Moon. Each day we read a couple of pages in class and discuss it. So today I wanted to record our reading that we would have done in class since we don't have a morning Zoom. So we're going to start on page 10. It talks about the tides. It says both the sun and the moon affect Earth with their gravity. It is the sun's enormous gravity that keeps Earth in orbit around the sun. Earth's gravity keeps the moon in an endless orbit around our planet. However, the moon, though small compared to the Earth and the sun, also exerts a gravitational pull. The gravitational pull of the sun and the moon produce the tides in our planet's oceans. The moon is much closer to us than the sun. For that reason, it has a stronger tidal effect than the sun does. The pull of the moon's gravity causes the oceans to bulge towards the moon. Because of the way tidal forces act, the moon's gravity also causes a bulge to occur on the opposite side of the planet. As Earth rotates, the high point of a bulge reaches any particular shoreline once every 12 hours. The rising water that this causes is called high tide. When the bulge passes and the water goes out again, it is called low tide. There are 2 high tides and 2 low tides in a 24-hour period. Let's stop right there for a second. How does the moon affect the tides on Earth? Well, we can go back to page 10, and it talks about how the pull of the moon's gravity causes the oceans to bulge towards the moon. Because of the way tidal forces act, the moon's gravity also causes a bulge to occur on the opposite side of the planet. So how does the moon affect the tides? Through the gravitational pulls. Now we're going to talk about lunar and solar eclipses. As the Earth and the moon move through space, they sometimes get lined up with the sun. When that happens, the result is a dramatic effect called an eclipse. There are 2 kinds of eclipses: lunar moon eclipses and solar sun eclipses. A lunar eclipse occurs when the moon is in the Earth's shadow from the sun. A solar eclipse occurs when the moon passes between the Earth and the sun. A lunar eclipse is a phenomenon of haunting beauty. As a full moon passes through Earth's shadow, it is illuminated only by the rays of sunlight that are scattered through our planet's atmosphere. This light has a reddish cast, so the moon turns a deep red. A lunar eclipse is visible from the entire side of Earth, experiencing night time, and can last for more than 1.5 hours. There is no more spectacular sight on Earth than a total eclipse of the sun. By a coincidence of nature, the sun and the moon, as seen from Earth, have exactly the same diameter. Because of that, when the moon passes between Earth and the sun, it perfectly blocks the sun's disk. The disk is then blocked for several minutes. During that time, the sun's corona, its outer glowing gases, becomes clearly visible. During a solar eclipse, only people in a fairly narrow path of Earth can see a total eclipse. Most people see a partial eclipse, with part of the sun's disk still showing. But even with a total eclipse, people are advised to view the phenomenon with special protective glasses. Are solar and lunar eclipses visible, guys, to everyone on Earth? Well, it tells us right here that during a solar eclipse, only people in a fairly narrow path on Earth can see a total eclipse. If we go back here, it says a lunar eclipse is visible from the entire side of Earth experiencing nighttime and can last for more than 1.5 hours. So that's the difference between a lunar and a solar eclipse, and it's not visible to everyone. It depends on what type of eclipse it is and where people are located. Our last page. The movements of the Earth and Moon seem somehow exactly right. A day is just long enough to accomplish some work, have a relaxing evening, and then get enough sleep to start a new day. The length of 1 year also seems right. Who would want to be half its length or twice as long? As for the Moon, its 29.5-day cycle of phases is almost equal to a month. So guys, I'm not going to be able to finish all of this, but I want you to finish reading your book one more time or listen to it and make sure that you take your quiz today. Look back in the book if you need help answering any of the questions. I'll see you at 1:15.